Hi amazing people! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, this video is very exciting, especially para dun sa mga gustong kumuha ng Korean visa pero hindi alam ang proseso or natatakot na baka ma-deny sila. So, panoorin nyo ito guys kung gusto nyo makakuha ng tips and ng process kung paano nga ba makakuha ng Korean visa. So tara guys, let's go! So in this video, mapapanood nyo ang aking actual application ng visa and at the same time, makakakuha din kayo ng tips and tricks kung ano nga ba ang ginawa ko para ma-approve ako ng visa sa Korea. So unang-una guys, ang aking approval for visa is single entry lang. Pero don't worry, at least we're given a chance to visit the beautiful country of Korea. So, saan nga ba tayo mag-a-apply ng Korean visa? So, hindi na tayo dediretso sa embassy ng Korea. Meron na silang Korean Visa Application Center or Korea Visa Application Center or KVAC. So, sa KVAC, ito ay nasa Brittany Hotel sa BGC, just across SM Aura. Pag nag-check kayo ng Google Maps, tawid lang siya ng SM Aura. So, most of the time walang parking sa Brittany Hotel. So, if ever na may dala kayong sasakyan, pwede kayong mag-park sa SM Aura para tatawid na lang kayo at Brittany Hotel na. And pagdating nyo sa Brittany Hotel, just proceed to the 9th floor or tell the receptionist na dun kayo sa Korean visa or sa KVAC pupunta. So, unang-unang step guys na dapat nyong gawin is to identify kung ano nga bang visa application ang inyong gagawin para malaman ninyo kung ano yung mga requirements na kailangan ninyong i-compile para mag-apply ng visa sa Korea. So yung sa akin guys is C3 or short-term visa requirements for employed individuals. So pag employed ka, wala kang kamag-anak sa Korea, wala kang spouse or whatnot, wala kang any ties sa any person, Korean man o Filipino working on Korea, ito yung visa na para sa inyo. So, same tayo ng magiging application at same din tayo ng mga requirements na isasubmit. Hi guys! So, today is October 17, 2024 at papunta tayo ngayon sa Brittany Hotel sa BGC sa may SM Aura para mag-submit ng ating application and requirements para sa visa ng Korea. So, sana ma-approve tayo. So guys, nandito na tayo sa Brittany Hotel. 9th floor or 10th floor yung KVAC. So papasok na tayo. So guys, ito sa 9th floor tayo muna pupunta para kumuha ng queuing number. So itong elevator na to guys is sa likod ng Brittany Hotel. Yung nasa gilid na main elevator is for the hotel itself. So ito yun, 9th floor Korean Visa Application Center. So ito yung entrance niya guys. Dito kayo pipila. So guys, after nyo dito, hintayin nyo na lang tawagan yung queuing number nyo dito sa area ito. Ayan, so dito tayo mag-iintay.
2,000 years later.
Okay guys, so after 2 hours, tinawag na rin tayo. So akyat tayo from 9th floor to 10th floor using the stairs. Ang tagal pala. So dito tayo. So of course, unang-una nating requirement is the application form. Yung application form guys, mada-download nyo yun sa Korean website mismo at ilalagay ko yun sa description box para naman isang click lang makikita nyo na agad. Second is one piece of passport size colored picture. So importante yun guys, and importante rin na recent yung picture nyo para pag nakita nila kayo, alam nila na kayo yun. Of course, isa rin sa mga importante guys is original copy of original passport, yung passport nyo mismo. So, tip guys, kapag meron kayong travel near, like within 2 weeks to a month of your Korean visa application, you might want to reconsider applying on a later date or on a much earlier date prior to that particular travel. Kasi, kapag nagkaroon ng delays sa processing ng application, maaaring hindi nila ibabalik sa inyo yung visa kapag sinabi nyo may travel care for that date. Kasi syempre marami nag-a-apply ng visa sa Korea, so hindi nila yun magagawa unfortunately. And then next is original and photocopy of valid visas and arrival stamps to OECD member countries for the past 5 years. So, yung OECD member countries, marami yon, pwede nyo yung i-google, pero one of the examples would be Japan. Dahil nag-Japan ako this year, print ko lang yung page ng passport ko na meron nun, stamp ng Japan, and yung Japan visa ko sa passport, at in-include ko yun dun sa application. So, next is copy of PRC card or IBP card kung meron lang. And then, next is original certificate of employment. So, this certificate employment must include your position, date hired, compensation, office address, HR landline number, cell phone is not allowed, and lastly, HR email address. So, medyo strict sila pagdating doon kasi they want to make sure that you have enough ties to the Philippines na babalik ka dito sa Pilipinas. So, next naman is yung original personal bank certificate. Ito naman ay makukuha ninyo sa inyong bangko. It must include account name, account number, account type, current balance, opening date of the account, and ADB or average daily balance for the past 6 months. So, kapag pumunta kayo sa bangko ninyo, pwede nyong sabihin na you're applying for Korean visa, kaya kailangan ninyo ng bank certificate, and they should know what to include on that particular bank certificate. So, yung bangko is BPI. So, when I said that I'm applying for Korean visa, everything is already included. Aside from your bank certificate, you also have to have bank statement. So, ito naman bank statement, guys, is pwede nyong i-print dun sa inyong mga apps. So, depende dun sa bank niyo. So, aside from BPI, nag-submit din ako ng bank statement from my other banks such as CIMB and GoTime kasi meron din akong account doon. And then, next is a photocopy of ITR or income tax return or Form 2316. Hingiin nyo yan sa employer nyo kung hindi pa nila naibigay sa inyo. Importante din na meron yan. And then, if you're planning to stay on Korea for more than 59 days, for 60 to 90 days, there's an additional visa fee of 2,000 pesos. Pero hindi na ako nagbayad yan kasi nga, hindi naman ako magstay longer than 59 days. So guys, katatapos ko lang dun sa processing. Wala pang 5 minutes. So ang mangyayari, check nila yung documents nyo, and then pag check nila ng documents nyo, kompleto, pagbabayarin kayo ng 900 pesos. And then once you paid, bibigyan nila kayo ng claim stub or receipt na ganito. Tapos ito yung gagamitin nyo sa pag-release nila, pag-claim nyo ng passport. Sobrang dami ng tao, guys. Pinakita ko lang sa inyo. So guys, nakalabas na ako dito sa Brittany Hotel. Yung buong proseso, inabot siya ng 2 hours and 15 minutes. Pero siguro 2 hours and 10 minutes lang yung pag-iintay, tapos 5 minutes lang yung pinaka-checking ng documents and payment. So, October 17 ngayon, ang tentative release date daw ng aking passport is November 5th. Pero pwede pang ma-delay dahil peak season ngayon. So, sana ma-approve tayo. So, ngayong alam na natin kung ano yung mga requirements natin, guys. Ito lang yung mga ilang paalala sa pag-submit ng mga requirements. Kapag mag-apply kayo ng visa for Korea, your application should be 15 days at least before your target travel date, but it should not be longer than 3 months before your travel date. Why? Because you have to allot an ample time for them to do their process, and it also depends on how many people are applying for a visa on a certain period or on a certain month. So, gaya ng application ko, November ako nag-apply, and marami yung applications that time kasi peak season nila. So, medyo longer than usual yung wait time mo for you to get your passport back and for you to know if you're approved or not. So, date of application ko is October 17, and then November 4, it reflected dun sa kanilang website na my application is already under review. And then, the next day, nakuha ko yung message na approved na siya. So, it took at least, bilangin natin kung ilang araw yon kasi hindi ko alam yung exact na bilang. So, that's going to be like 14, 15, 16 business days. So, except holidays and weekends. So, hindi kasama sa bilang yun. So, medyo lamang ng 2 weeks or more than 2 weeks. Pero okay lang kasi wala naman akong travel during that time. I allotted that time for my visa application. Isa pang paalala, your application must be typewritten. Hindi pwedeng sulat kamay. Ang sulat kamay lang na i-accept nila is your signature. So, make sure na naka-type. And yung form, again, it's downloadable. Nasa description box yung link kung paano nyo ma-download yung form as well as the list of all of the requirements needed para meron kayong reference. Also guys, no appointment is needed. Nag-walk-in lang ako just like anyone else. And pagdating nyo sa KVAC office, the first thing that you'll do is to have your documents checked by the receptionist. Pag okay sa kanila yung application mo at kumpleto lahat, bibigyan ka nila ng queuing number, and pag tinawag yung name mo, from 9th floor aakyat ka dun sa stairs nila papunta sa 10th floor at dun ka magbabayad ng visa fee. Dun nila i-check lahat ulit ng documents mo at dun nila i-compile. So yung visa fee na binayaran ko is only 900 pesos, and pag submit mo nun, bibigyan ka nila ng receipt kung kailan yung tentative release date ng iyong visa. And sa akin, ang lumabas na release date is November 5th, which is the exact date na nakuha ko yung aking nakuha ko yung approval dun sa online. So, after that, meron kayong tatlong text na ma-receive from KVAC. The first one is yung application is already lodged to them, to KVAC. And then the second one is your application has been submitted to the embassy. And the third one is that your passport is already ready for pickup. So, kapag naka-receive kayo ng text na your passport is already ready for pickup, hindi kayo pupunta dun same day. So, you have to go the following day kasi they would still have to deliver the passport back to KVAC's office. So, huwag kayong pupunta agad-agad kapag may nag-text sa inyo na ready for pickup na. Always do it the following day para lang sure na nandun na talaga yung passport mo. And another tip guys, huwag muna kayong mag-book ng flight or ng any reservation kung wala pa kayong approval ng visa. And dahil nga peak season nung time na nag-apply ako, medyo matagal din yung naging wait time ko sa visa application, actual application nung nag-walk-in ako. Inabot ako ng mga 2 hours sa queue dahil maraming nag-a-apply that time, dahil maraming gustong maka-experience ng winter sa Korea. Hi guys! So ngayon ay November 6, 2024. Na-receive ko yung news kahapon, November 5th, which is the tentative release date ng aking passport, na nakapasa tayo sa ating visa application. So we got single entry and it's good for 59 days length of stay. And ngayon sa Brittany Hotel para kunin yung ating passport. So, may text kang marireceive from KVAC na sasabihin na ready for pick up na yung passport mo the day after you receive the text message. So, tip guys, huwag kayong pupunta sa KVAC pagka-receive nyo ng text. Dapat the day after. Kasi, baka papadala pa lang yung passport from the embassy pabalik sa KVAC. So, ngayon, ang dala ko is yung released or yung application receipt na binigay sa akin nung nag-apply ako, and a valid ID para maklaim natin yung ating passport. So guys, nandito na tayo ulit sa Brittany Hotel dito sa BGC sa tapat ng SM Aura. So dito tayo nag-apply, dito yung office ng KVAC. So pabalik lang tayo para kunin yung ating passport. So guys, nandito na ako sa KVAC sa 9th floor, and same process lang din. Papakita mo yung application receipt along with the text message from KVAC, tapos bibigyan kayo ng queuing number.
Please proceed to counter 2.
Number ko na yan guys.
Please proceed to counter 2.
So okay tayo ulit.
A few minutes later.
So guys, nandito na ako sa baba ng Brittany Hotel. So doon kasi sa pag-claim sa 10th floor, bawal ang camera. So ganito yung passport pagkabigay sa inyo, naka-print lang sa papel yung inyong visa, and merong balot na yung application receipt, nakabalot yung copy sa passport nyo. Pwede nyo naman yan tanggalin. And wala siyang physical sticker na nakalagay doon sa passport mismo, pero papakita nyo lang tong papel kapag paalis kayo ng Pilipinas, meaning meron kayong valid visa. So, yun yung naging proseso
Napakabilis lang, wala pang 10 minutes na claim ko na kaagad yung aking passport and we are ready to go to Korea.
Yun lang guys, ang very simple, very basic na visa application process. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. And kung meron akong mga hindi na share sa inyo, you could also just comment it down below. I'll be more than willing to answer any of your questions. And with that, I will be ending this vlog na. Kung nakatulong sa inyo ang vlog na ito, please feel free to give me a like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell para updated kayo sa aking mga future vlogs. So, see you guys soon sa Korea. Bye!